Hello Virgo, welcome to your 2016 astrological overview. I'm Taylor Cole, your personal astrologer. So, this is a very important year for you on so many different levels. To start, Jupiter is actually moving through your sign. So this is always a big year. Happens once every 12 years, and it symbolizes a year of growth. So there's that. That's actually started in 2015. It will continue for a little more than roughly half of 2016. We also have 4 Mercury retrogrades this year instead of 3 like it usually is. Any Mercury retrograde is going to be very important for you as well as for the sign Gemini, the other sign ruled by Mercury. So the fact that there are 4 just means that there's going to be more periods of time that seem very, very worth noting for you. Then on top of that, we have eclipses that are occurring in your sign. So another area that's very much a focus. We have 5 eclipses this year instead of 4, just adding to the energy. Let's actually start with the eclipses because eclipses generally give the theme, the direction of the year. So the first of the eclipses is going to be on March 9th, and it is a solar eclipse. It's happening in your opposite sign, which represents a new beginning in a relationship. So this can be your romantic relationship, a business partnership, it can be one of your closest friends. But it's someone that you're so close to or so connected to that they are in some way a partner for you. This eclipse is opposing Jupiter. It's directly opposite down to the very degree. Jupiter is in your sign, the eclipse is in the other. So this is going to be very much, you might feel like a new beginning is occurring in your relationship that sort of challenges your growth that you're working on. So maybe you've been working very hard on growing and expanding and becoming the person who you know that you should and can be. And you might see a new development forming in a relationship that really seems to challenge that. Now, with this challenge, there can become a sense of awareness, a sense of clarity. So it's as if, let's do a visual here. So an opposition is what we call this when they're on opposite sides. And imagine you here are standing directly across from this person over here. When you're looking directly at them, or directly at each other, there's always going to be an interaction when you make direct eye contact with someone in just an everyday situation. Now, this can either be, one of conflict or one of complete awareness of the other person, and then sort of a balancing where you have a pleasurable or a pleasant interaction. So that's what these 2 planets are doing. This can play out, like I said, someone's challenging the growth. There's a new beginning that sort of challenges the growth that you're working towards. This can be positive. This can be a new development in a relationship, which gives you an awareness of how to better grow and expand and move towards being the person that you'd like to be. Then we also have Saturn speaking to Jupiter and to the eclipse at the very, very base of your sky. So this is likely going to feature some sort of change in your living situation or in your home. So you might be working on your home, or you might be moving away from your home, or you'll see that your home somehow enters the picture in this whole event that's taking place. So just look for changes in a relationship that possibly relate to the home. All right, so that's the first eclipse. The second one is going to be 2 weeks later, March 23rd. It's a lunar eclipse, and it is taking place in Libra. The moon's in Libra, sun's going to be in Aries. Now, for you, the moon will be in a part of your sky that is very much financial, and the sun will also be in a place that's very financial. This is going to be, so lunar eclipses are ends. Solar eclipses are beginning. This is a lunar eclipse, so it's kind of an end. You're going to see in some way your finances ending in a certain way. You're going to see some change in your finances where something about it ends. I'm not saying you're going to lose all your money, but a certain income stream might end, and then you might, end up having to work in another way to make money. It could be that you find a way to make money that's more passive. So you're maybe going to be making more commission or royalties even, like if you sell like a product, like a piece of writing, or if you sell photos or something like that, you might get royalties, and that might be your main income source. It might be through your partner. Your partner might get some sort of increase in their finances that makes it so you rely on that money more. So you might start working less for your own money because you have more joint resources. So just expect an end and a change really in your financial situation. That's going to be the first set of eclipses. Then we move to August, September, and we get the second cycle of eclipses. And the first one is August 18th, and it is going to be in a part of your sky that is very much related to work. So daily work, whether that's your health routine, your actual like professional work, or just the work you do around your house. Whatever kind of work that you're doing very regularly is going to be seeing an end, really. So it could be that you are no longer going to be obsessing over some details of some situation. Maybe you were like very focused on having a super tight schedule. You needed everything planned out perfectly, and you're starting to see that really doesn't matter as much, you know? Maybe you are just relying too much on that to distract you from other things. So that's going to see an ending. You might see these little things that I do every single day at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I do this, 8 a.m. I do this. Like all of that might seem unimportant, and you might see really what it is just a distraction. So you might be looking more towards coming inward, finding what the real issue is, the real reason you do that. You're looking at very like parts of yourself that are hidden, and you are no longer going to be obsessing over the details that might not be that important. And then moving to the next eclipse, that's going to be September 1st, so 2 weeks after the one I just talked about, and it is a solar eclipse. So this is going to be the big one for you, and this is going to be a solar eclipse in Virgo, in your sign. So new beginnings all around. Your whole life really is going to feature brand new beginning. You are essentially new again. You're starting a big venture in life. This is where you make the big changes. If you know that you have not been in alignment with your life purpose, this is going to be that event that shakes your life up, and then you sort of reorganize things, and you have to get the ball rolling to being that person that you know you should and can be. This is likely to be the biggest and most important event of the year for you, right around September 1st. So expect big changes, new beginnings. Okay, so sometimes when you have a solar eclipse in your sign, you can feel like superhuman, like I can do anything, which you totally can, but you just have to make sure that you're doing it the smart way. So be aware of opportunities for brand new beginnings. Don't do anything crazy. That's all I can say. Then the last eclipse of the year happens 2 weeks after, and it's September 16th. It is a lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is another really huge event for you. This is going to be likely an ending of a relationship or an ending of some part of your relationship. And it's not necessarily going to be a romantic one. It can be an ending of a business relationship, an ending of a close friendship. But something is going to be ending or changing drastically in the context of a relationship of yours. The reason that this is happening is not to make you really sad because a relationship is ending, but no, it's really going to be to set you on the correct path. This person is no longer serving you. You are no longer serving this person. You know, it's not that like a relationship is about serving, but this person might be holding you back. You might not be helping this person either. So if it doesn't end, whatever this relationship is, whichever relationship it is, if it doesn't end, it's going to need some major restructuring. Just be aware of that. Now, so those are the eclipses. Big events happening there for you, but we also have the Mercury retrogrades. First one is the very beginning of the year, January 4th to January 26th. It starts in the sign of Aquarius, just like very beginning of Aquarius, immediately moves backwards into Capricorn. So you're likely going to be seeing changes or seeing the need to reconsider some of your work and chores of life in order to make your life more enjoyable. This might be related to your children as well, if you have any. This could be, what can I change in my daily routine? What can I change in my work in order to improve the quality of my relationship with my children? It's going to be a big thing if you do have children. That's probably going to come up in some way. The next one is April 27th to May 23rd. This one is in the sign of Taurus, another earth sign. So this one's going to be in a part of the sky that's very much to do with your philosophies, your belief system, all the things that open and expand your higher mind. So that can be religion, or, traveling and seeing foreign cultures and other ways of life that are new to you. All these eye-opening, mind-expanding areas of life are going to be thought over in a new way. You're going to be thinking about them. Maybe you're going to be reconsidering going back to school. Maybe you're going to be considering changing your religion even. That could very well happen for some of you. It could also just be, maybe you're going to go back to church. Maybe you haven't gone to church in a while. Maybe you haven't gone to temple in a while. Maybe you haven't gone to synagogue. Whatever your religious background is, you might be going back there if you do have a religious background. If you don't have a religious background, it's not as likely that you'll pick up a religion, because Mercury retrogrades bring back the past. They bring old things to the present. So if you aren't religious and you never have been, you might see religion coming up, but it's not as likely. And then August 29th to September 22nd, we have the third Mercury retrograde in your sign. This is the big retrograde for you. So this is all about rethinking who you are, really. This is very much related to, who am I? What is my personality coming off like to other people? Am I saying what I feel? Am I expressing myself? Am I voicing my opinions? Because right now, in August 29th to September 22nd, you're going to be gaining your voice. You're not necessarily in that time, but you're going to be rethinking how it is that you're heard, and then after the retrograde, you're going to have a new understanding of how you express yourself. This will be a big one for you because it is your ruling planet and it's in your sign. You might decide that your personality is not a true expression of who you are, and you might find some subtle ways to better express who you are. That's a possibility for you. And then the end of the year, and then the beginning of 2017, so from December 18th to January 9th of 2017, there's the final Mercury retrograde of 2016, and that's going to be starting in Capricorn, which is the same part of the sky that the first Mercury retrograde of this year started in. It's the one about joy in life, fun, the one that sort of relates to your children if you have any. It definitely relates to your children, but if you have children. And then it's going backwards from that part of the sky into the sign of Sagittarius, which is more about your home, your roots, your deepest inner self, parts of you that might not really be seen by the public, but your family probably sees this side of you. You might be questioning the way that you are raising your child if you have children. Maybe considering, am I raising my child in a way that I was just taught to raise my child based on the way that I was raised? Or is this really how I think I should be raising them? And I will definitely be going into each of these retrogrades and eclipses as the year goes along. So look for updates in the monthly horoscopes. And if you want a weekly horoscope, I do offer those on my website, taylorcole.com, for free. So I offer daily and weekly horoscopes written, and I post them on my website. I post them on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. And I'm just so grateful every time that you guys interact with me. So I hope to see some comments that I can respond to. Interacting with you is just such a blessing, really. So yeah, Google+, Twitter, Facebook, my website. Leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy 2016, and I can't wait to hear from you about how it goes for you.